Okay, today we're going to be making potato Dauphinoise, a legendary French side dish. Okay, so for this recipe, all you're going to use is a quart of heavy cream, a quart of whole milk. I have a 5-pound bag of Yukon Gold potatoes, and it's important that it's the Yukon Gold because it stands up well to all the cooking we're going to be doing with it. Other potatoes usually break down not as good. Trust me from personal experience. I have a little butter, 1 clove of garlic that I've cut in half, a tablespoon of salt, and a little pepper. So first you want to rinse your potatoes off, make sure they're nice and clean. At this point, if you want to, you can peel your potatoes. I don't do that, but you can if you want. All right, after your potatoes are clean, you'll want to use either a mandolin, or if you have a food processor like me, this makes it very fast, easy, and the cuts are always pretty consistent. Okay, and just so you can see, this is the general thickness you want your potato slices. Okay, after you've sliced your potatoes, put them in a large bowl with cool water and let that sit for about a half hour. In that half hour time, you have a couple other steps you can do. Okay, one of the things you can do in that half hour time is I've sliced this clove of garlic in half. You just rub the garlic across the entire surface of whatever it is you're baking. You could do this in a smaller pan, a casserole dish. I'm using this roasting pan, but you just want to go over real quickly, get the oils from the garlic out and cover this entire pan. Okay, next, after you've covered the surface with the garlic, including the sides, you want to do the same thing with butter. I have maybe a tablespoon of butter here. You just want to go over and coat the entire tray. Okay, so this is the tray completely covered in butter. The other thing you can do right now while the potatoes are still soaking is set your oven to 400 degrees. Get it nice and hot. Okay, so the potatoes have soaked for a half hour. I've dried them off, emptied all the water. So now what you're going to do is get a ladle and just coat the bottom of the pan with a little layer of this combination of whole milk and heavy whipping cream. And then what you want to do is put a layer of potatoes. This is kind of time consuming and tedious, but you want to put a nice one layer at a time all the way across. Okay, so that's the first layer done. Once you get a layer done, you want to take some salt from that tablespoon, sprinkle it evenly across. Get some pepper on there, which I will in a sec. Okay, so I've got salt, pepper, and 1 layer of potatoes. Once you do that, you come back to your milk and you just go over and get another layer of milk. You kind of want to make sure everything is covered. Okay, so now that's covered, you do it again, over and over and over until you're out of potatoes. I almost forgot to mention that clove of garlic I use to wipe around the edges. You could just throw it away, or I like to mince it up and maybe after the second or third layer of potatoes, throw it in. So that's up to you. All right, at the end, after you've layered all your potatoes one by one, meticulously, put salt, pepper, milk, you should end up something like this You just want to make sure all the potatoes are mostly submerged in the milk before you put it in the oven. Once you get to this point, go ahead and throw it in the oven. Okay, so this is 1 hour in at 400 degrees. The milk is bubbling, the top is crusting, so we look like we're in good shape here. Okay, it's been about 2 hours at 400 degrees. You can see I have a nice golden crust on the top, and most of that milk and heavy cream mixture has evaporated. So it's ready to pull out, and I'm gonna let this rest for a half hour. All right, it's set for a half hour. Everything should be more or less congealed. There shouldn't be any milk running, and I'm going to serve the first slice. Here you can see the layers. Nothing's really running.
What else can I say but Dauphinoise?
Okay, hope you enjoyed. Thank you to my beautiful wife, Nina, for classing up this thing. Bye-bye. Love ya.